Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Explorer Lost in the Arctic. This is a National Geographic documentary. It's just one episode here. It's 49 minutes, a little longer than the average documentary, which usually floats in around 44. And speaking of floating, this is pretty much about a historic disappearance of a well-known Sir John Franklin. He was no stranger to exploring the Arctic, taking ships full of men to explore strange new lands in very frigid, very dangerous waters, and supposedly unexplored lands. Of course, the Inuit natives were already populating a lot of that area. But, hey, you gotta get out there and discover these things. And well, he, along with 128 of his own men, simply disappeared. Okay, not completely. Some of them have been found. Some grave sites preserved pretty dang well, considering the frigid temperatures prevents any kind of deterioration over centuries. This is from like mid 1800s and mid to late 1800s. And what we have here is Mark Sinnott, who is an adventurer. He climbing mountains to find, cliff sides to find areas where there's new animals, and he that's just one thing. He listed a bunch of things that he's done. There's probably other Explorer episodes featuring him doing different things like this, but he's become a little more than interested in trying to discover what happened to the ships and the people, and especially the captain, along with all the notations that would have been kept that told the story of why they disappeared. Like I said, at some points they found bodies here and there as men died early on, but later on, it took a number of years, decades, in fact, when they started really being able to search for this. Some people have dedicated most of their lives to searching these things out, and one man even claims to have flown over the tomb site of where the captain could have been buried, along with, again, his journals, which would have been very interesting to find. They do sort of discuss and struggle with the idea that, yeah, by the way, why are we doing this? Well, if somebody disappeared that was important, or to you personally, or just important in general, you'd want to find out why. And in this case, this is not a novice that went up there. This is not people who are not used to this kind of exploration, and you would think that somebody would come back, but nobody did in the end. And so these guys, Mark and his crew, they actually sail up to the area just off of Greenland from Maine. It's well over 2,000 miles just to go up that far, and then across through the Northwest Passage and other places, in order to see if they could retrace the steps and find things that will give them a clue as to what happened to the Franklin expedition. This is, by the way, from 2023, so this is really new. This is pretty recent. So I'd say if you're into this kind of thing, these just adventure, just gorgeous, by the way, just gorgeous photography, video, everything else, just of this mostly untouched land, sea, I should say, along with icebergs just crumbling around them, and all the trials that even modern men have in trying to retrace these steps. It's one thing to be in the 1800s in wooden ships and things like that, trying to make your way. It's another thing to have a much smaller boat. Sir John Franklin had two ships, and this is a much smaller boat that Mark and his crew have taken on. And yeah, smaller crew, of course. They do make it back, I'll just say that. That's all I'll spoil. Do they find Sir John Franklin's tomb, along with a number of researchers who have been obsessed with just finding out what happened, along with some local native Inuit people who are aware, who know and understand this area of the world. It makes for an interesting tale. Whether it's interesting to you, well, that's to be determined. So it's out there. There's a number of Explorer, National Geographic documentary specials. I don't know if Mark is in all of them, but takes it to different parts of the world, and could be interesting. Not my thing necessarily. I am more into the historic aspect of it rather than just fighting nature, the dramatic music and everything else to really give tension to the whole thing. Sometimes feels a little fake to me, but there's no doubt that there was quite a bit of struggle. You just see them when they were going across the land on these ATVs. The land is just so rough at times. A guy just literally just loses his tire. Like the entire thing just comes off the axle. These are made for rough terrain and just falls right off. It's an ordeal. So if you're into that nature explorations type of thing, definitely check it out. Till then, let's pick tomorrow's episode. 355. Yes, okay. I was like, did that fall outside the range of the numbers I have? We go up to 393, but this is 355. Oh, we got a short. It's actually, I think it's a series of shorts, so I don't know how short it really is. But this falls into the animation wing of Disney Plus. We're going to get, and I have a feeling feel like Big Greens or something, maybe them and other characters from Disney. But 355, right? Let me check again. Yeah, 355. We're watching Theme Song Takeover. So that should be a bit more fun and upbeat than exploring the world or, stuff like that. So Theme Song Takeover is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.